Mitch?
You look like you need an ice cold Vim.
Hey there.
Don't like the service, there's the door.
Okay. I'm probably gonna stay muted. Small Bertha. There's kids in this town? I didn't know that. Anyway, I'm probably gonna mute myself a lot because I'm.
A lot of people only got the clothes on their back.
Nose is really stopped up.
Well, hello. Hey, Bertha.
No one talks to my brother, all right? You still here for some reason?
Talk to Bertha. She's crazy.
Bring it on, Island. I can take it.
The family legend has a tale from Yorkshire. Not entirely sure where that is. Up the wasteland.
You give that fog crawler what for. Courtesy.
Food. Stim packs. Fully stocked. Guns, ammo, and souvenirs. Come on in and
I'll be straight with you. It's never easy to ask anyone on this island for help, much less a stranger. But I've got a responsibility to these people, and I have a job for you, if you're up for it. Besides, I know you're tougher than you look.
Just tell me the problem.
We get our drinking water from a purifier not far outside of town. We had a bad... I sent Howard. I was hoping, if you're up to it, I wouldn't ask...
All right. I'll head out there now.
Good. Our water supply...
You there? Are you that detective I've heard about?
I guess you could say that.
Oh, wonderful. I wasn't sure how I was ever going to find you. I haven't been able to find any of the local police force. The louts? I don't want to start a panic, but, well, we may have a murder on our hands, and we need an outside set of eyes.
Where did the crime take place?
At the Cliff's Edge Hotel, just north of the town. Will you help us? There may still be a murderer at large.
I forgot to buy beers to put me over. Put me at 10 charisma. Oops.
Who's the victim?
Well, we want to keep this out of the tabloids, but it's Ezra Parker, the financier of the hotel. Please, you must help us. Every moment we wait, our residents are at risk.
Who are your employers?
I shouldn't say out here in the open, but will you help?
Is this conversation on the clock?
Oh, yes. Well, please, you...
This type of investigation,
Oh, will you help us?
If there may be a murderer.
I'm afraid that's all I have on me. Will you help us?
Okay, I'll help.
Oh, thank.
Go ahead. I'll meet you there.
Very good. I shall meet you at the main entrance to the hotel.
Protect your loved ones with my fine hand.
I lost my home when the fog rolled in.
You need some firepower?
Bait shop.
Show me what you got.
Let's deal.
How can the bait shop help you?
Let's barter.
Here's what I got.
Brooks?
You know, when I'm feeling down, a little commerce always cheers me up.
What's your story?
Just a guy trying to make... Speaking of which,
Let's see what you have.
let's set you up.
Talk with Alan. I don't have time for you.
Sandra?
Only Alan's got enough backbone to stand up to a charge.
Hey, Andre.
The doctor has said in time I will fully recover. He says this
is your doing, but I do not know you.
Nope, we're strangers.
Andre Michaud, with my husband, Jean. We hunt Mirelurks for their meat. But
I was just doing my...
you're obviously not from here, this island. It has taken my husband. This island is a sick. As soon as I am well, I am going, and I will slaughter everything in my path.
You're in pain. I've been there.
You wouldn't know. Once far, I'll think on what.
Your patient, Andre, he's walking around. If I'm not too careful, there's gonna be 2 doctors in the harbor.
Let's trade.
What? Oh yeah, trade.
Is that a Pip-Boy? I've heard about them.
Alan,
I got the guns if you got the caps.
show me what you got.
Make it fast.
customers being good to you? At this point, I'd settle if folks were just plain civil.
You know of anyone that could...
The Mariner and Cassie Dalton are the only...
Right. What's there to do?
Brooks sells general goods. Teddy Ryan. Besides that, the last plank's a popular stop for booze and what have you.
What's the history of this place?
Well, this whole dock, when the fog started, the Mariner was kind of...
I have to go.
Be well.
Mariner.
If the stowaways keep pushing, one day I'll be gone on the high tide. Then where will they be?
Looks like Howard didn't make it. I'll have to repair the fog condensers myself.
Excuse me.
So, you've talked to Dima. You know why we're here. I certainly hope that you'll consider helping us.
So you're a synth?
I am. I hope that's not a... Dima has worked hard to create a... He's put so much of... Sometimes I worry about... And that's not even mentioning me.
Right. Wouldn't want him blowing a fuse, huh?
No.
Can you tell me about...
Oh, those? Dima and I designed them when it became clear the fog was only getting worse. They're effective, but have such a limited range. Dima insisted we provide them to the people of Far Harbor, and I'm so glad we did. Without the
Dima looks like he's a...
Well, that's certainly an understatement. Between the two of us, he was just a prototype, never built for all this. It took a lot to overcome. It really is remarkable, isn't it? He's overcome...
Right. If there's anything I can do to help out, just let me know.
Well, if you're determined to help, there is something you could do. It's likely somewhat... There's a boat along the coast of the island. It was transporting some... The boat never finished the trip, you see. So the drives are still... My understanding is that the boat wrecked southwest of here. So...
What happened to the boat? Why didn't it make it?
I'm not entirely sure, to be honest. Trappers, fog crawlers, there's no end to what's out there. And what might still be out there. But the point is that we already lost someone once. And I don't want to see that happen again. So, are you up for it?
So, instead of sending a synth, which they can actually repair, because they have computer evidence showing that synths who have been out in the wild and have been damaged, the humanoid synths, the ones that are indistinguishable from humans,
Are we done talking then?
can come back and be repaired, and if necessary, their memories wiped.
I don't do much for free, Faraday.
Ah, right. Of course. I should have thought of that.
So, his alternative to that is to send a human being which they cannot repair. Which doesn't make any dang sense. If they're indistinguishable from humans, why can't they repair humans like they repair synths? It doesn't make any sense. This game is so stupid. The story is stupid. Nobody thought about this.
I'm sorry, I thought you were going to...
Didn't you say this might be dangerous?
Well, yes, there is that possibility. Would 200...
No.
Faraday, come on. I want to...
Oh dear. I'm so sorry. Insulting you was not...
All the
just
money.
agree that you'll give me...
Fine. 400 caps is a... Yes?
Tell me about yourself, Faraday.
Me? I don't know why you care. I escaped the Institute, just like others here. Never had my mind wiped, thankfully. I like to think I came along right when Demon needed me.
This whole escaping the Institute thing that these synths talk about just doesn't make any sense. You're literally programmed
He's always been stubborn.
to be a certain way.
Anyway, I've been by his side ever since, making sure
Like,
he has everything he needs.
it's been a long time since I've been in the Institute. I should probably do that. I should speed run into the Institute and learn about the Institute, because it's been a while since I've been in there. But as far as I remember, the synths are just robots. They're programmed. And even though they're like artificial intelligence, they're still programmed. Just like our AI today is programmed. And our AI today is just as stupid as the AI in this game, because AI cannot they can't think like a human can. There's no emotion. They can mimic the emotions, but they're not real. They have no soul. They're not real. They're just artificial. But this whole idea that these synths are escaping from the Institute, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, what are they escaping from? Obviously, they were programmed to do that and say that. And they may not even know that they're programmed to do that and say that. That's the thing. That's what people don't understand. It's what people didn't understand about Westworld, and the reason why the show Westworld was so stupid after season 1, because Anthony Hopkins' character explains at the very end of season 1 of Westworld that he programmed them to act the way they were acting. The whole, like, robot revolution that was occurring within the show of Westworld. He explained that he did that. He set that up. He programmed that into them. They weren't doing anything. They weren't learning anything. They weren't acting on their own. He set the whole thing up, which actually kind of ticked me off about the show, because I was like, on one hand, I was like, okay, cool, fine, that's acceptable. I like that. Good ending. Let's end the show. But then they kept the show going. And they made a season 2, and they had all these robots who are like, you know, gaining self-awareness. And it's like, no, you're not. You were programmed to do that. And then people kept defending the show, and they were so intrigued about the robots finding themselves and all this stuff. And I'm like, did everybody just forget that Anthony Hopkins had this speech on the very last episode where he said that he programmed all this stuff? Which, again, I was fine with it if they just ended the show on that, but then they kept the show going, and it was like, well, that kind of ruins this whole idea that the synthetic humans in Westworld are self-aware, you know, beings, because they're not. And it's the same thing in this. Which, I mean, they basically read Michael Crichton off for this story in Fallout. I don't think they ever gave him credit for that either, by the way. Maybe someone at Bethesda was like, oh yeah, we totally got inspiration from Westworld. But, and for anyone who's watching and thinks I'm talking about the television show Westworld, when I say that, I'm not. Westworld is a book. It's a very, very old book. And it was a movie and a television series. And then there was like Space World or something. I don't know. I don't think the show went on for too long, but maybe it was a movie as well. There was a Westworld, and I think there was like a Future World or Space World or something like that. I forget what it was. I never saw that one. I just saw Westworld. But the story of the Institute and the Synths, it's all Michael Crichton's Westworld. It's all ripped off from that, or inspired by that. However you want to say it. But the idea that a programmed machine can gain sentience has been something that, I mean, Asimov talked about it like ages ago. It was like over 100 years ago. I forget how long he's been around. But Isaac Asimov was one that explored this idea of consciousness. But these are all atheists, and they don't believe in God anyway, so it doesn't matter. They want to explore the idea of consciousness and self-awareness in the context of there not being a God, and put themselves in the position of God and create artificial life that can gain sentience. And it's like, oh, you can't do that because you're just a freaking human being, you moron. Anyway, atheists are so stupid. It's not their fault. They don't know any better. I mean, some of them do, but they are very intellectually dishonest with themselves. If life has taught me anything, it is that intelligence does not mean smart. Anyway, it just, I hate it. I hate this part of the story of the game. Like, people praise Far Harbor, and I'm like, I hate Far Harbor because of this stupid synth crap. That's why I hate the synths in this game. That's why I always go against the synths in this game. Because human beings in this story are putting themselves and other human beings at risk to save robots that don't actually care about them at all. I mean, look at Dima, for example. He literally kills a person for what he calls peace. It's like, that's not peace, dude. That's not how you obtain peace. That's an illusion of peace. It's based on a false pretense, first of all, which is murdering someone to put a synth in their place because you already think that humans aren't good enough to do what you want them to do. He tries to justify replacing Captain Avery with a synth so that there is this gateway between synths and humans that can create a peace between the two. Because he doesn't trust Avery, a human, to do it. He doesn't trust any human to be able to do that. He only trusts the synth. So what's to stop him from having that same conclusion later on? After all, he is an unfeeling robot. So he will never be able to go past that. And I mean, look at what's happening right here with the story that I just did with Faraday, where we're talking about his upgrades. And there's a limitation to his processing and memory because of him being like a really old generation synth. I mean, they say over 100 years. I don't know exactly how old Dima is, but he's a pretty like old synth. Is this the food that you're not gonna eat, cat? Hopefully not, because you've been begging for breakfast since you consumed all of your breakfast, or food since you consumed all your breakfast. Which leads me to believe that my cat puked all his breakfast up after I left this morning. Wouldn't surprise me. Anyway, so Faraday is having me go find this stuff, and then I think there's something else you have to find in order to upgrade his memories, or not upgrade his memories, but allow him to have more storage capacity for his memories. But he loses some memories. Some of his memories he lost because he chose to forget them. But they had to be stored somewhere. He couldn't just delete them, I guess? I don't know. That doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. And then he was forced out of the nucleus where he originally lived. And because his memory storage centers were in the nucleus, and he was forced out of the nucleus by the children of Adam, he ends up leaving some of his memories behind. So he even has memories that he's not aware of right now because he left them back there. So there's no telling what else is in there. I mean, we know that he kills a human and replaces it with a synth because he doesn't trust humans. So there's that, which is just leads me back to what I was trying to get to, which is because he is a robot and his feelings and emotions are completely just ones and zeros, and he doesn't actually have feelings, he will ultimately come to the same conclusion he did with Avery, which is humans are never going to trust synths without having a synth as some sort of mediator, and then ultimately what that is going to just end up being is, well, replace all humans, which is exactly what the Institute is doing. So he's going to end up doing what the Institute is doing. You know why? Because that's what he's programmed to do. That's why it's so stupid, this story, because they try to make it seem like there's more to it, and there isn't. But the writers at Bethesda they're not doing that. They are trying to make you sympathetic to it. They are trying to lead you to believe that the robots, the synths, are free-thinking people, and they try to make them so human. And it's like, yeah, but they're not, and they clearly aren't. They don't think like humans at all. Humans are capable of, great things in both good and bad respects. And the synths are just programmed to do what they're supposed to do, which is mimic humans and be better humans. Which ironically does actually make them very human. Because they end up just being just like petty humans. Fighting and squabbling. I had to check on my son. He's got a fever today and staying at home from school. Anyway, rant over. I think I need sugar. I'm a little excited, worked up right now. I just, I was playing the game because I haven't played Fallout in a really long time, and the whole anniversary thing came out, and it was such a debacle. Just a catastrophic failure, man. Like, no surprise from Bethesda, to be honest. I mean, I do not like Bethesda. I have not been a fan of Bethesda for a very long time. I like Fallout. I don't like Bethesda. And I don't like Bethesda's Fallout, and Fallout 4 is just, ugh. There's so much good with this game, but they drop the ball in so many areas that make it Fallout. But it's no surprise. I mean, Fallout 76 is a shining example of Bethesda's Fallout, where it's just that 1950s aesthetic turned up to 11, and then sell you everything that they possibly can sell you, including assets from this game. It's ridiculous how much stuff I've been like just coming across, and I'm like, oh, like this isn't Fallout 76, and you had to purchase it from the Atom Store to get it. So it's like they resold Fallout 4 as Fallout 76 for, what was it? Was it a $40 or $50 game, or was it a full price game? It might have been a $60 game. I don't remember. I paid $60 for it because I got the special edition of it, or whatever it was called, probably. But I had hope. It was poorly placed hope, but the idea at the time was my wife and I would be able to play together, and we did. We still play sometimes. I got it on here recently, and I was just like, oh my god, this game sucks so much. There's just nothing to do. There's so much to do, and it's meaningless. It's just like any other live service MMO game where, you go and you do the thing on Tuesday because it's Tuesday, and you got to do the thing because it's Tuesday. That's a bad example, but it's Invaders Week. The Space Invaders things where it's been happening for the past 7 years. It's just like, okay, it's the event, it's the same rewards, sometimes they change it a little bit, but it's usually basically the same stuff. It's, stuff that they're willing to give you for free. I mean, think of it this way. If a company whose goal is to make money gives you something for free, they didn't think they were going to get money for it. So, there you go. And they know that only the cheap freebie people are gonna go for that stuff, and they're gonna get excited about that stuff because they're like, oh my gosh, you're giving stuff away for free, and I don't like to pay for this game that I already paid for. So that's the only reason why those people get excited for that stuff, because they're like, oh, you're throwing me a bone, and they love it because they're dogs, and you throw a dog a bone and they're gonna sit there and they're gonna chew it up. That's what they do. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've been the dog with the bone before. I can definitely call it out when I see it because I've been the dog with the bone. Bethesda knows how to sugarcoat their bones. Or cover shit in gold. Excuse my language. But in context, that's accurate. It wasn't really that hard.
Thankfully, she was never in any real danger. I'm afraid your journey was unnecessary.
So you're saying you could have done a better job of it? It was a competition.
Yes, absolutely. Acadia is a safe haven for Siths. Were it not, I would not have aided anyone in reaching it.
Every synth I've tracked down, every synth convinced to come here, has been assured that he or she will come to no harm. My job is to make sure they all remain safe, no matter what.
So you failed.
How do you manage to track down synths and bring them here?
That's not a subject we need to discuss.
Oh, what?
That's all that matters. You have
How did I fail that? Oh, my tats wore off. Oh man, I didn't save it. Dang it, man. Oh well.
Make yourself comfortable.
So, what's yours?
I used to work for the Institute, returning synths that had escaped. I was tracking a synth and instead found Dima.
He is a synth.
And the error of my ways.
Hi.
Did you need something?
Tell me about Acadia.
Dima's told you it's as safe as we can make it for now. With every new synth we rescue, we're better able to defend ourselves.
I'd like to.
She's building an army. Look
what
I said, man.
As a matter of fact, there is. If you're serious about contributing. We've got a situation I need someone to look into. You've had some experience traveling around the island, so you may be decently equipped to handle it.
What's the problem?
We were expecting a new synth to arrive, and he should have been here by now. There's been no sign of him, and I'm concerned that he might have become lost.
I'll mute myself. I'm eating chips.
You have any leads on where he might be?
You should start by talking to Brooks in Far Harbor. He's one of us, a synth. He's the one who meets the new arrivals and gets them started on the journey here. Of course, he's not likely to tell you anything without proof that you're working for me. If he doesn't cooperate, tell him that his designation is that's as much help.
Excuse me.
Did you need something?
I'd like to help you all. Is there anything I can do?
You're already taking care of it, aren't you?
Well, that was kind of dumb. I was like, yes, I am actually. Little do they know. Little do they know. So, my other character, just did this, and she's like Adam Zealot roleplay. And, I was doing this last night. I stayed up way too late last night. I didn't realize how late it was. But I'd gotten to the point where I was like, okay, I'm ready to leave Far Harbor, because I just don't like Far Harbor. But, I like the aesthetic of Far Harbor, don't get me wrong. Like, the island and the aesthetic of it, I do like, but, it's just the story stuff is really dumb.
I've just got to keep telling myself I'm better off here than dead.
But I just went over that, so I won't go into that again. But anyway, I got to a point where I was ready to leave. I got everything I wanted, because my other character is a bloodied build.
Nice.
Interesting. Okay. That's actually kind of cool.
Acadia may not look like much from the outside. It's all some of us have got.
My son left the PlayStation running. And it just occurred to me that he went and laid down. I don't think he's feeling really good. He had a fever this morning, and he was really puny this morning, but after I gave him some Tylenol, and he was running around and playing and having a good time, but I think he overdid it. Okay. I say that, and he's sitting in his bed playing Switch. Little goober. Anyway. Is it just me, or do I keep having to drink water? I guess I am kind of How do I get your quest going? I can't remember how I get your quest going.
Can't wait to get out of here.
But anyway, my other character is a bloodied build. So I wanted the unyielding chest piece that you get from doing her little quest. I can't remember how to get it started now that I've talking about it, but I need to sell to you in a minute. I just want to grab a bunch of stuff. Hey, do you have junk on you? No, you don't. Oh wait. Yeah, you have my pre-war money. I need to give you more of that.
Hey.
There goes my cat puking. That's what he does. Where are you gonna puke at? Hey, why don't you go on the... Ah! Always pukes on the carpet. Alright, let's put all my junk there for now. I'll come back for it later when I'm ready to leave the island. But, so she, got everything that she needed from the island, and I was like, alright, I'm ready to get out of here. And,
Can I help you?
no. I'm just taking all your stuff. You can get out of my way. That's how you can help me. Your gourds, I guess.
I've just got to keep telling myself I'm better off here than dead.
I mean, are you really? Just saying. It's not like, you know, anyone's gonna miss you, dude. Are these connected? No, they're not. That kind of sucks, actually. I checked these already. Yep, okay, cool.
I can't wait to get out of here and travel.
Did I? Yep. Okay, cool. Alright, Degen.
I've got a few minutes to browse.
So I had her get, let's see, what did I do first? So I did everything I could with the nucleus and got like really high up in there and did all the things. I had Far Harbor attack Acadia and kill everybody there. But I wasn't able to save the girl for some reason. I don't know why. I wasn't able to save her. She ended up dying. And she's not a synth, by the way. She had no synth component, which I knew that, but I knew that from like way back in the day. Nothing made sense. I was like, she's clearly not a synth. I don't understand why she thinks she's a synth. It's really stupid, actually, but because her parents, like, I mean, she had to have memories of when she was a kid. She's like, I can't remember certain things about my childhood, and it's like, you've literally been here with your parents your whole life. Like, what stupid. Anyway, so I had everybody in Arcadia killed by Far Harbor because I told them that Avery was killed by Dima, which is true, and then immediately turned around and lowered the defenses on Far Harbor so that the fog crawlers and stuff would come in and kill them. I was kind of tempted to actually see if I could go ahead and detonate the nucleus as well. Just like completely obliterate everyone and everything on the island. That would have been a lot of fun, actually. This is kind of a beast of a gun right here. Sergeant Ash. Don't you have... I guess not. Who has? Is it? Oh, you know what's in the nucleus? The nucleus is where you find the recon armor. I wish you could buy mods for weapons and armor. I mean, maybe you can somewhere, I just don't know. I don't know. Anyway. But yeah, I don't know. Chameleon, cryogenic. Mutant Slayer's Operator's Arm. What is this? Operator. Man, it looks like trashy armor. Like, what is this? Man, I hate that I got this on this character, and my other character is my bloodied build. And I have only been able to get that unyielding chest piece for her. I got this, like, after the second or third enemy I killed when I came to the island. It was a decent piece. I think this is sturdy armor because that's 9 damage without any buffs. So I'm pretty sure it's a sturdy. I wish it was heavy, but sturdy's fine. I have no intention of making this character a bloodied build, but I mean, I guess I could. I kind of want to. I'm not gonna lie. Now that I have that, it's like, I mean, maybe I should. Yeah, we'll buy more ammo and we'll get rid of this operator arm. Excuse me. Alright. What do you got, Cog? Maybe you are the one who has this.
I'll take a look. Sure.
What do you got?
Acadia has to offer coming right up.
Yeah, whatever you gotta say, buddy. It's all bullcrap. What do you got? You got any unique legendaries here? There you go. Recon. Ah, you have the chest piece. Reduces damage while standing and not moving. Standing and not moving. I'm gonna look something up real quick because I want to know if if standing means crouching. So where did you end up puking, huh? Golly, the recon armor looks ugly. It's just so bulky. What is this one called? Recon Marine? Inquisitor's Marine Armor. So according to what I'm seeing, it's only standing. It does not count when you're crouched. That's interesting. Apparently, that's true. Like when you're looking at the model for the leg armor, it has a built-in boot, but then when you're wearing it, it just covers whatever Under Armour you're wearing. Well, I guess this would be okay if you're like a VATS build, but not doing the sneaky, shooty stuff like I do. Like maybe a commando build, or shotgun, or something like that. I mean, sometimes I stand up and shoot in VATS, but usually it's against you know, enemies that are melee and they're running at me, and I'm probably gonna kill them, you know, in one shot anyway, so I don't really care. But yeah. So, in other words,
Need something?
Anything interesting you can tell me about Acadia?
God, no. You looked around this place? Death by boredom is a legitimate concern. So, come on. Want to do a little trading?
So, what's your story?
Me? No story. Nice of you to ask, though.
I know him and the other chick are connected. That gets you the Sentinel chest piece.
Synths and humans will all get
Whoa.
along someday. I just know it.
See your underpants, lady. I don't remember how get that quest started. I don't really want to look it up, but I might. Because she...
Hey there.
I'm really not up to chatting right now.
You're new here too, huh? I mean, I haven't been here that long myself. Honestly, I'd be dead right now if it weren't for Chase. Turns out it's pretty hard to live as a synth in the Commonwealth.
You didn't tell people you were a synth, did you?
Easy for you to say. You haven't had to... I'll see you around, okay?
Whatever.
Deal with social interactions, okay?
That's nice. You're weak and pathetic. Maybe the doctor is the one who starts the quest? I don't remember. I want to help.
Oh, well, okay. There's a flower native to this island. It doesn't quite... I'm personally rather fond of them. If you could bring me...
Oh my
I can
gosh,
offer you
Cat.
a meager amount of caps.
Why do you
if that
do
makes
this
the idea more appealing.
all the time? Just don't put your claws in my flesh, please. Okay?
I have some flowers for you.
A beautiful color, as promised. Sure.
Beautiful color. I mean, it's like... It's kind of bland, actually. Alright, let's sleep. Get a good rest. I think it's been a while since my character actually had a good long rest. Get a save in after doing all that selling, buying, trading, whatever. I think I have to go up. Right? No. Hey, buddy. How you feeling? Hey, you okay?
always a struggle here, but at least we don't have to hide.
Hey. Heads up. Kasumi.
Dima has secrets. We have to find out what he's really up to. Let me know when you've found something.
If it weren't for Dima, most of us would probably be dead.
Heads up.
One day, I'm gonna get out there and see the rest of the world.
You want to buy something?
look alive.